vehicle entry blocked that roadway. I see a unit out there now. You come on down this way.
Welfare check
Okay.
that came in around 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. Around 9 p.m. this evening, Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a call for a welfare check at a residence in the 2100 block of Falling Oaks. On the arrival of deputies there at the house, entry was tried to make to see if anyone would come to the door to answer. After several repeated times to get someone to come to the door, some more information was obtained that a male was in the home that had a warrant for an aggravated assault on a family member. At that time, the sergeant on scene decided to call for an HROU, which is a high-risk operations unit, to run the warrant and make entry into the home for the welfare check, meaning that the male had a history of family violence and no one answering the door. We felt that maybe exigent circumstances had required that. While that call was being placed, deputies had surrounded the house and were checking through the windows, and at that point the body of a young juvenile was seen through a window. At that point, it was decided to make entry into the home. A sergeant from our patrol division, along with 3 other deputies, made entry into the house, and at that point, the 49-year-old black male subject began to shoot a weapon inside the house. Our deputies pulled back and formed a perimeter, waiting for the HROU to arrive. When the high-risk operations unit and members of the hostage negotiation team arrived, they began to have an open line of communications with the suspect. One of our negotiators was able to have him come out of the house. He was taken into custody. Upon entering the home and clearing it for any other subjects, and then to check for the welfare of any other people inside the house, the bodies of 8 victims were found inside the residence. At this time, we have what we appear to be 5 children and 3 adults. Ages and gender we do not have, and cause of death we don't have as yet. Of course, the medical examiner will have to determine cause of death. It's a very fluid scene. Our homicide detectives have taken over the operation along with our crime scene unit. Again, due to the amount of victims and to the proximity to the people in the house, it will be a scene that will be here for quite a while.
Have you ever seen anything like this in Harris County before?
Well, again, it brings mind to the a little over a year ago, the Stay family, where we went through this an absolute tragedy for there, and again, it's played out again into Harris County citizens having to endure this again.
Any ideas what would have brought it on?
As of now, no. We do know that he did have the male subject who is now being detained has an aggravated assault. What we'll do now is to try to determine if any of the victims were family members, estranged wife, or and how do they play, if the children belong to him or someone else.
Any idea what necessitated the welfare check or who initiated the welfare check?
At this point, it was a call that came into dispatch and asked that we do a check, and we did come out and began to do that. No one would come to the door here, and then again, Upon further investigation, we found out seeing that he had an open warrant and that person, so we went in to try to make entry into the home.
Do we have identification on the shooter yet?
Not yet. That name has not been released.
He's a 49-year-old.
Right.
Black male, white male?
49-year-old black male is
Black
what
male,
we have.
okay. Any calls at this residence before?
We've had some calls before. I don't have the nature of the calls yet. We'll release that today. We'll probably have a formal news conference sometime today, probably in the afternoon around 3 p.m.
Okay. What about the officers? Are the ones going in on this thing? I mean, how's it affecting them? It's got these kids.
Well, anytime, it's a hard job being a patrolman in this town, and our deputies do a yeoman's job every day. But when they're forced to see some of the most horrific things along these nature, especially of children, and someone so callous to do something like this to children, we have our family assistants coming out to talk with our deputies and help them decompress. Are there any other family members that live there that aren't there right now that you know of? That's what we're doing now. Homicide is trying to determine by callback and finding out who belongs in the house, who lives there, and who's visiting and who's not.
Now, was there a party going down the street, or what? There were quite a few cars when we first got here. I mean, a lot of cars when we first got here.
Yes, there was a party that was going on down the street, which made this scene a little more chaotic, trying to get everybody out. As soon as the shots were fired, getting people getting people directly that were related next to the home, getting them safe, getting them out, getting the partygoers that were down the street. They had nothing to do with anything. They're having a good time for a barbecue, and we had to get them out. It was quite a chaotic scene.
Do you have an age range on the children by any chance?
Don't have anything yet, Tim.
And how about the manner in which he was taken into custody? He just walk out the front door and give up, or what?
Yeah, the negotiator talked with him at one point, and he told the negotiator that he would come outside. He walked out, raised his hands, and our high-risk operation units operators took him into custody without any incident. Again, they made entry into the home, and those where we found the 8 victims inside the house.
Were they in different areas of the home, or were they all in the living room?
Don't know yet as far as where areas were done. Crime scene will have to give us that probably tomorrow. All right.
And name one more time.
Yeah.
Spell it, please.
Right, Deputy Thomas Gilliland, Gilliland, Harris County Sheriff's Office, Media Relations, and PIO.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Thanks, Tim.